This is the year that you need a blueprint for change. And we're going to spend the rest of this morning and the rest of this talk talking to you in just the most enjoyable way that I know how, which is I'm going to bring up customers to tell you their stories in their words about how they built a blueprint for change, where they're building a blueprint for change, what problems they're having inside their organization, what opportunities they see, what disruptions they're driving. A blueprint for change that moves you now, not a year from now, not 2 years from now when a product gets delivered, not 3 years from now, but now. Okay. So what are the 4 steps to the blueprint for change? And again, wherever you are in your journey, think about this in the context of your own company. The first step to the blueprint for change is create a disruptive mindset. We're going to hear some amazing stories about the disruption that occurs when you reimagine your business, when you reimagine your relationship with your customer, like Best Buy did, right, in the physical world on a Black Friday. When you're able to disrupt around you the normally held conventions of how customer experience works and build something great. Step number 2, we're going to talk to you about taking this new corporate asset, trusted content, and putting it at the center of your .com and digital strategy, really making it the core pillar of what drives the success of your social customer experience. Third, once you've built this trusted content asset, we're going to show you how you infuse it across your business, across your digital touch points, from agents to community, from department to department. And fourth step in the blueprint for change is proof. We're going to talk a lot about proof. And we're going to show some exciting product announcements that will help you get better and more agile and more skilled at delivering the proof, the insight, the data, the practices that help you and your organization get to the next level. Okay? So let's get into it. Create a disruptive mindset. Step number 1. We've had the privilege for the last several years of being able to talk about giffgaff. How many of you out there know giffgaff? An amazing, amazing company that was a spin-off of O2 Telefonica. They have something like less than 50 employees, millions of subscribers. Their community does everything for them, marketing, sales, service. You go onto the giffgaff site at any time of night, and within 90 seconds, you get a response. I mean, they are just the pinnacle of the peer-to-peer social customer experience. And since giffgaff got started and many other companies started doing this, you've seen the complete explosion of what I call the share economy, right? People sharing things of value, whether it's a space in your house or a seat in your car or extra unscheduled drive time that you have as a professional. People have entered the share economy and have delivered value to each other without any intermediary. Step number 2 to your blueprint for change. This trusted content that you build as a corporate asset is no good for you if it sits in a silo. It's got to be at the center of your business strategy. And one of the customers who's been absolutely world-class at this is Sephora. In any one month, there are over 500,000 mentions of Sephora's product across the social web. 500,000 mentions in a month. But all of that content would just disappear were it not for the fact that Sephora has an active program to curate and cultivate all of that conversation into their Beauty Talk community. It's the reason why Beauty Talk is the #1 organic search result across many, many categories of beauty. They turn their community into a content factory, right? And at any point along the life cycle of a customer, at any point in their journey, whether they're exploring new products, how does this eyeshadow look with my hair color, a question I ask myself all the time, or whether they're trying to figure out how they can validate their purchase with others. Do I look good in the smoky eyes look? Not a question I ask myself. And again, how do they validate with others? Well, what did you buy? What was your experience? All of this content that's created by these customers of Sephora that can start as a mention across social media, that can be curated and crowdsourced into the community, becomes a major content asset for them, a deep, engaging platform that they can use in whatever way they want across the business. Step number 3 in the blueprint for change. Once you've built this trusted content hub, all this information, maybe it's from your expert community traders, maybe it's from people passionate about credit and credit cards and providing a great experience for others. It doesn't do you any good if you don't find ways to infuse that more broadly across the business. Well, what do we mean by that? There's multiple parts to infusing your trusted content asset across your business. The first we've talked about for a while, and we have some new product ideas and developments that we're going to be showcasing with you around the mobile experience and how to make sure that there's a seamless experience across all mobile devices, that the richness that you have historically gotten from Lithium on the desktop side continues to advance at an even faster pace on the mobile side. And you're going to see some of that tomorrow. In fact, 20% in the last month, 20% of the traffic across all the Lithium communities comes from mobile devices. So we're seeing this strong growth, and we expect that to be growing much faster than the desktop world, like many companies out there see, and we're continuing to innovate in this area. But the other thing that I'm super excited about in infusing this across the business is this was exactly what our vision was in bringing together social dynamics and Lithium, linking the agent to the community, having the one-to-one experience and an agent solving your problem and being able to bring that to community experts, either for help or advice, because oftentimes the community knows more than a newly hired agent, or to drive down the cost of the overall one-to-one agent experience. Well, when you do that, the content is not only shared among your peers and your community, but all of that crowdsourced content across social networks, all of those tweeted replies, all of those conversations become available not only to community members and agents, but to the entire organization to improve their overall CRM practices. One of the other areas about infusing across touchpoints is really moving the social customer experience as a priority from department to department inside your organization. One of the challenges we've seen across a number of customers is how do you move these experiences consistently across organizations, and how do you enroll different executives and different teams in the same mission to make this happen? By doing that, content can then be found across the life cycle, and all the different organizational departments are behind helping your customers do that, which creates ultimately this integrated social customer experience that I was talking about. Fourth element on the blueprint for change, after you've brought the disruptive mindset, put trusted content in the center and infused it in the ways we just heard about from Ben and Richard across the business, and John across the business, is you need to prove. Step 4, proof, right? How do I build the right metrics to help drive me to the next level? Asking for ROI, I tell this to the CFO at Lithium all the time, asking for ROI is easy. Building the metrics of proof is where you need partners and companies who have a customer base and an ecosystem who's done that. Well, this year, I'm very proud of the 100% increase in the submitted Lithium awards here at the conference. And for those of you who don't know what that is, these are customer case studies where all of you out there compete with each other to show the best ROI to your companies that you got through working with us on our platform. There are too many people today that I still come across who are rooted in the old notions that social doesn't have an ROI. It's not true. Social customer experience done right has fabulous ROI. And our job as your software provider, as your partner, is to help you continue to succeed in taking these metrics to the next level. In the same way that Steve Young at Cisco did, Steve faced a traditional challenge of a tiered support model. where everybody loses because the process takes too long, the engineers are never sufficiently trained, and the customer experience is not satisfactory for anyone. And what Steve did was revolutionize through applications of swarming the way in which his internal community tech zone can help train and enable the technical experts inside of Cisco, driving down the time to resolution by 32% and driving $7 million in savings. 2013 is the year to come up with pragmatic paths to change. In order to help you do that, we created the blueprint for change. And again, everyone here is at a different place in their social customer experience journey, but all of these steps apply to you or somebody in your organization. Create the disruptive mindset in any industry. If Barclays can do it in financial services and ComSec can do it in retail trading, then you can do it in your industry. Put trusted content at the center. In the same way these customers have sought to build an engine to generate peer-to-peer content, and then infuse it across the business so that everyone benefits, and take advantage of the proof, the evidence. Because remember, the best prediction for success is looking at the data and building the right model around how you can apply it. I'm so proud of where we are as a company at this conference, in the distance that we've traveled in the last year, and the help we've gotten from so many of you. And I want to ask you all to spend the time to learn and engage with us and have a lot of fun at LiNC 2013. Thanks very much.